Hi everybody, today is the 6th of January and as always we're going to tell the pen story. And please don't be a surprise for me to speak English on an even day. Actually this one is to replace or actually this is a replacement for the 5th of January, the one that I forgot to tell the pen story, and I actually tell it early on the 6th of January by Vietnamese, and I reposted it. So this one will be for the 5th of January, and that's why I speak English right now. So let's get started, okay? What is this? It's a pen. What do we use the pen for? To write. Now there's a dog inside the room. I'm gonna wait this in front of the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably will sniff, lick at you, that's right. Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct? The dog or the human? The answer is both correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, while for the human, this one is a pen to write. The dog is correct in the dog world, and the human is also correct in the human world. So that is our first lesson. Both are correct. Now let's imagine that there is a table in front of me. So I'm going to put this thing on the table. And then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room, there be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? It is still a pen or chewing toy. Oh, it becomes almost nothing, and the ancient wisdom called this one as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very important definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life, just like Geshe Michael Roach applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build a business with revenues of $250 million a year. He's also able to help several refugees. So why is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? Let's go back to the pen story, okay? So there's thing currently on the table, and when there is no human, no dog, it is almost nothing. But as soon as I go back into the room and I look at this, this becomes a pen. When the dog come back to the room and the dog look at this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, and we both look at this at the very same time, what does this thing becomes? It becomes two things, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So a single thing, when there is no human, no dog, or to be exact, nothing to interact with, it comes back to true self, and we call it the emptiness. However, it has the potential to become anything or anyone depending on who or what is looking at that at the very moment. So that is our second lesson. Along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. Now, I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me, or does this pen coming from the thing itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is a pen itself, then the dog or anything in this entire universe will have to see it for what it's been, which is what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind. And everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. Now, as we all agree that this pen is coming from my mind, right? So I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to wish this one become a diamond, okay? So please pray with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Open my eyes. It's still a pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? There are seeds inside my mind that the ancient wisdom calls karma. When we see something, the seed inside our mind pop up, open up, and cover the thing and makes us see it for what had been planted earlier into our mind. So who planted the seed into our mind then? Only you can plant the seed into your mind, and only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? By three ways: by our word, by our action, by our thoughts, especially when we try to help other people. So for instance, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friend says yes, please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend with the hope that I can help my friend. So when I give this to my friend, this palm will open up and both me and my friend will see it, and it's strongly will mark in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen has already planted into my mind. And now it pop up, open up, and cover that thing and make me see it for what had been planted earlier into my mind, which is a pen. And this is how a pen become a pen, or anything surround us become what and who they are to us. In the pen story, there are several beautiful lessons. Today we went over 4 different lessons. The first lesson is both are corrupt, so we learn to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart, and that the seed of happiness that we are planting into our life and our relationship. The second lesson is, along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So we learn to trust each other, our potential first, and we learn to trust each other potential and whatever happened to us potential. And with that, we also learn to learn for the variable. Everything change, the changeability of everything in the world, including ourselves. So every moment that we are living right now is a cherished moment, because that moment is the only true moment that we have. Because this moment, everything will change, anything can change. And that moment is also a magical moment, because at this very moment, anything can happen as long as we believe in our magical, our potential, and the potential of everything or everyone around us. And the third lesson is, everything is actually coming from the seed inside our minds, so we'll be 100% responsible for whatever happened to us, and we don't blame anyone. And we know that when we know that everything is happening, because of the seed into our mind, and we know how we can, how we can take responsibility for our life, and we can go from it. And the fourth lesson is how we can change our life, how we can achieve all the things that we want in our life. So the first thing that we have to know what we want first, and then we start planting those seeds into our mind using our word or action, our thoughts. So for instance, if we want to have happiness, then we start planting the happiness seed using our word, our action, our thought, helping other people to be happier. If we want to have a prosperity, then we use our word, our thought, our action, our thought, helping other people to get get richer. And that is how we plant the seed of prosperity. And just like that, whatever seed that you want to have in your life, then you plant that seed using your word, your action, your thought, to have other people surround you getting that one. And the magical of that is that when you plant the seed in there, that seed's gonna grow, and then one day it's gonna come back to you as karma. So your word, your action, your thought of this very moment is what create or dictate your future life. So be very mindful of your thought, your word, your action at the very moment. And the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is that something that I should talk about. So normally, in order to go to work, I take a bus that it's around an hour to an hour 30 minutes, an hour 15 minutes one way. And a lot of people think, and including me too in the beginning, we all think that it's just a waste of time and we cannot do anything. And I actually gradually, as I take a bus, I start realizing, noticing the benefit of what having a bus taking me, aside from, time consuming. So the first thing is that it's helped me to so I'm very blessed, because when I come to the bus, I don't have to worry anything. The bus driver gonna take care of that. So as long as I have a seat, then I can snooze, I can listen to the page story, I can do whatever I want. And with that, I feel like, especially in the rainy day or in the cold day, in the windy day, the bus is actually a very safe haven for me. Just right there, and then we don't have to worry anything until I take off the bus. Another thing is that the hour, I'm looking forward to the hours that I be on the bus where I can take a short nap, like this morning, or almost every day. I was very tired like this morning because last night I stayed up late, so I'm looking forward to the bus so I can take a short nap as well as listen to a little pet story, and it's actually very relaxing and very replenishing. So I just want to say that it's all, as soon as you, that is the potential of what you see in everything or everyone around you and whatever happened to you. And I feel very grateful to be able to see that potential of taking the bus to work every day. Thank you so much for listening to me today. Thank you, and love for accompanying me in this 3000-day journey. And if I may share with you my pet story or the lesson is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my dearest family, to my friends, to my co-worker, to my clients, or to any living things in this world, or any other words with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye, everyone.